Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name's Kelsey and I'm so glad that you could be here today. For today's video, we're going to be doing something pretty fun. We're actually going to be going on vacation. So this is going to be kind of like a chill reading vlog. No pressure to finish the books I'm reading or anything like that. So hopefully it will just be vibey and pretty chill. As always, before we get into it, grab yourself a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. Okay, so it's actually the day before we leave for vacation, and I made sure to finish all of the books that I was reading on both my Kindle and physical books so that I can start fresh just for this vacation because I thought that it would be kind of fun. So now it is time to choose my books. I think I already know what I'm going to download onto my Kindle, but I have no clue which physical book I'm going to take. I keep going back and forth on if I should bring two physical books just in case I don't like the first one, but I feel like there's no need for that. So we'll see. So let's start with my Kindle. The first book that I'm going to download on my Kindle is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I've actually never read one of her books. I know lots of people love her, so I thought I would give this a shot. But just in case, I am going to download another book if I don't like this one, since it is new and it's a romance. Romance can be kind of iffy for me, so that's why I'm going to bring another book on my Kindle just in case, something that I know I will like. So, downloading Just for the Summer right now, and then we will get our second book. Okay, the second book that I'm going to download on my Kindle is To Wear a Fake Crown by Sonia Odette. This is the second book in the Fair Isle trilogy. I have read all of the Entangled with Fate series by Sonia Odette and I love it. So I know that I'm going to like this book because I know that I like her writing. She writes romanticises in this fantasy world with fae. So I'm going to download that one right now. And then we'll have our books downloaded. Also, can we talk about how for some reason they changed the Kindle store experience so now it doesn't pull up like a whole screen and it just pulls that pop-up as you saw, unless there was a glare on my screen this entire time, which there probably was. But it doesn't pop up with the whole screen and I don't like that. And since they've updated it, there's only been one book that I clicked on where it showed the page numbers. So now I have to look up on my phone how many pages are in each book to decide if I actually want to dive into that or not. It's kind of really annoying. Anywho, now we have our two books downloaded, Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez and To Wear a Fake Crown by Sonia Odette. So now it will be time to choose our physical book. Okay, so now we're in my reading room with some shelves here. And I'm going to pick some books from here to kind of reread the summary, maybe read the first page, and then decide what I want to take with me. So let me pull out some contenders. Dark and Drowning Tide could be good. The Night Ends with Fire could also be good. Lady Macbeth. Pearl. The Thief of Always. And then also, I do want to grab one more. I'll be back. The Wicked King by Holly Black. So this is a pretty good stack, I think. Some pretty good options. We'll see. I may read through these now or may wait because unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Moab. If you haven't met Moab yet, I don't know if you can see him. This is Moab. Say hi. Thank you. We had to take him to my aunt and uncle's house. Oh, we leaving him so sad. I'm going to miss him so much. So we might have to do that right now. So I may be back with these later and also to redecorate my Kindle. So we'll see. He's going to miss you, Bobby. I'm so sad. Oh my gosh, I literally just recorded an entire montage of me looking through all the books to figure out which one I want to read. And my camera on my phone was facing the other way. Like it was filming the opposite direction. I honestly don't have a lot of time tonight. I want to also redecorate my Kindle and we need to eat dinner. And then I need to go to bed because we need to wake up really early in the morning. So I'm not going to refilm that. Sorry. But I will tell you which book I decided on. I decided on Blood on Her Tongue by Johanna Van Veen. I think this is kind of like a gothic vampire novel. It reminds me kind of Mexican gothic. It because they're both kind of gothic, and in that one, her cousin becomes really ill and is sending letters talking about things that make zero sense. Like she just doesn't make a lot of sense. So she's like, "Hey, I need to go check up on my cousin." So she does. She goes to this manor to check up on her cousin. And in this one, she travels to see her sister, who is diagnosed with temporary insanity, and rambling on about things that don't make sense. She's obsessed with this corpse buried under the manor and things like that. But I think in this one, it's a vampire novel. So I think it sounds intriguing. It will be a good change of pace from our other two books, a romance, a fantasy, and a gothic horror novel. So I think that will be good. Also, I just realized that because that montage was filmed backwards, they would probably be confused because that book wasn't one of the ones in the stack. But I grabbed some more books to add to the stack, and that one I actually won in a Goodreads giveaway. So pretty cool. Now it's time for Kindle redecoration montage. This is the finished result. Alrighty, well, we're all set to go, so I probably will see you tomorrow. Okay, I am here because I thought that I would quickly update you on where I'm at in my books. It's the next day after our long travel day. I didn't really talk or anything yesterday, but I got a few clips, so we'll see how that turns out when I go to edit this. Also, I don't think I ever said where we are, so we're staying on the beautiful big island of Hawaii in Kona. I love it here. It's my second time being here and it's beautiful. I love it. So, anywho, I actually read a ton yesterday. I read a lot more than I was expecting, and at this point, maybe I should have brought a second physical book. I'm glad that I have a second book on my Kindle because I am going to need it, especially on our way back home because I'm going to have a full day to read again because yesterday we were literally traveling for over 10 hours. So I had about I had like 13 hours to read basically. And that's basically all I did. So I read quite a bit. So, first off, Blood on Her Tongue. This is really good. Some of it has made me kind of angry and grossed me out. And I feel like those are some good hallmarks of a good book and a good horror novel. There's definitely some like body horror and things in here, but I'm really liking it. And I got, as you can see, I got pretty far into it just yesterday. I am on page 136 of 349. I reached part 2, so we'll see. It's pretty creepy and pretty good, and I am enjoying it. Then on my Kindle, I got 38% of the way through Just for the Summer. It is pretty cute. So, this book, if you don't know, it's super popular. So I'm guessing that you probably do. But just in case you don't, this is a story about a man and a woman who both have kind of like this curse where every single one of their exes meets their soulmate right after they date them. So the next person that their ex dates turns out to be their soulmate and the person that they marry. But that also means that they never end up being with, like their relationships never turn into something serious. Like it doesn't, if that makes sense. So they decide to date each other so that when they break up, they'll meet their soulmates and kind of cancel each other out. That's the whole idea. So I am 151 pages in out of 422 pages, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it is good. I'm enjoying it. It is cute. I will say that they met through the guys Am I the Asshole post on Reddit, which is so funny because I watch like Two Hot Takes, the podcast, and other podcasts that read Reddit stories. And so that was really cool to see them use a Reddit story because I love watching videos about posts like that and stuff. So, anywho, that's how they meet. And it's pretty good. I will say though that it is, I feel like sometimes romance can be hard for me when it's just strictly like it's a romance. That's why I like romantasy more, because I feel like there is more going on that I enjoy. And I feel like a lot of the times romance novels, the writing is pretty simple, which is good. Like that's not a bad thing, but it's just usually not my pace. So I'm enjoying it, but I don't know. It's not like I'm definitely enjoying Blood on Her Tongue way more just because it's a lot more vivid, fun, descriptive writing. And there's more of a plot going on besides, oh, these two people kind of like each other. They're talking and they're blushing. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I need a little bit more. But I do love romance in books. But I don't know. Sometimes romance books can be hard for me, but yeah, we'll see. Anywho, so that's the update. Just literally in a day, I basically got through almost halfway through both books. So we'll see. I may need more to read, but yeah, I'm gonna try to just get little clips here and there throughout this trip. Like I said, I don't really know what all this video is gonna be because I don't want to be annoying. And I want to be in the moment and I want to enjoy my vacation with my family, and I don't want them to feel annoyed or like I'm just constantly filming things like, oh, I'm gonna film this or do that again for my no, I'm not gonna do that. So we'll see. I don't even know what all is gonna be in this video, but we're just vibing out. So
Bye.
I told him to leave me alone.
Okay, so it is time for an update because I finished my books. So, Blood on Her Tongue, I finished last night. Um, this was really good. It's definitely gothic horror. It explores themes of familiar, familial bonds and relationships. Themes of women sticking it to oppressive, mean, sexist men, um, and you know, uh, very great creature feature. I love this. Also, very unique take on vampires. So I definitely would recommend this, and I am so excited to check out Johanna Van Veen's other book because her main character in that book's last name is actually also Beckman. So I think that would be really cool. Um, but I recommend this definitely. I rated it 4.75 stars. So there's that one. I also finished Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This one was okay. I think I rated it 3.75 stars. It was cute. I did enjoy the themes of childhood trauma and things like that. I thought it was cool, but I don't know. I feel like since it was a romance book, it didn't really do much for me, unfortunately, which is sad. But yeah, but we still have a few days here, which means that I need something else to read. Today we actually went to a bookstore. I picked up Under the Moon by Suzanne Stewart, who is a local author here. Well, I think she lives in Pennsylvania now, but she did live here at one point. And it's about a Japanese woman who is forced to immigrate here and forced into a marriage here in Hawaii, and about her life and trying to push back against that. So I'm excited to read this. So we'll see how that is. And also, I thought I would include that we got a children's book as well, because me and my husband are building up our future children's library. I think that it's such a privilege to be able to do that. So, to have access to books, to be able to own books. And so we want to build that now. I'm not sure if I want to read To Wear a Fake Crown next. So I think I'm going to look at my Goodreads or my Kindle list, and then we'll see from there. So I'm going to do that real quick and be back with what I chose. Okay, I've decided to go with What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. So we'll see. I think it's kind of I think it said it's kind of a mix between Death on the Nile and The Mummy. So kind of like an adventure type book. So we'll see. It sounds good. Yeah. And then of course we'll have To Wear a Fake Crown as my backup. So also today we went to see this really gorgeous palace. I only got pictures, not any videos. So I will insert some of those here. So we have been home for a few days, and I'm here to give you my final updates on my books that I was reading and close this video out. First off, before we get started, I just want to say that it was a really fun time, and it was sad to come home. I was ready to be able to sleep in my own bed, but it was sad to come home, and like my husband mentioned, it was sad to not be able to like walk outside and just like be with everyone and be able to see everyone like every day and be like, hey, like what are you doing, like even if you're just seeing each other in passing. Like that was really nice. And so it's sad when you come home and it's a lot more quiet and like you can't just like walk out of your room and like see everyone. So it's kind of sad, but it was gorgeous and it was really fun. I had a great time. So yeah. Now let's get into the books. First off, Under the Moon. This, I think I'm like 70 or 80 pages in. I'm 72 pages into this book. And honestly, The writing is kind of bad, but the story is intriguing. So I haven't decided if I want to keep reading this or not. I haven't actually picked this up since we've been home. I don't know. Like, the story intrigues me, but the writing, and no hate, no shade to Susanna, or not Susanna, to Suzanne Stewart, but the writing's just not good. Like, she'll say one thing and then she repeats herself in the next sentence, or like somebody will say something like in dialogue and then the next sentence she repeats what they said. Like, there was one part where it said like ding ding, oh, that must be the doorbell. The doorbell rang twice. And I'm just I don't know. So we'll see about that one. But the story is intriguing. I'm not far enough into it to like tell you too much about it besides the summary that I gave you. So yeah, basically our main character is, gonna get married, and I'm guessing is forced to move to Hawaii at some point. I don't really know, but that's all I know so far. So that's that one. And next we have What the River Knows. I am currently 30% of the way through this one. I have read this since we got home, so that's actually not accurate to how much I've read. I think I read like 9% on the way home. I did not read the entire way home like I read the entire way there, because um our flight left late Friday night and then we got home in the afternoon on Saturday. So I was really tired. And it didn't help that I really wasn't that into Under the Moon. So I didn't read a ton. But What the River Knows is really fun and I'm really enjoying it. It does feel like an adventure. Kind of like, like Indiana Jones or like any of those things where it's like they're going to Egypt and they're looking for these artifacts and going on these expeditions. And so it's really fun. I'm enjoying it. And I'm enjoying the kind of tension and banter between our main character, Inez, and Wit, who is kind of like, what would you call him? He's not her enemy, but her uncle's like assistant kind of person. Um, who is the man she's her parents die and she's left to her uncle, like she's left in her uncle's care, and so she travels to Egypt to visit him because he's in Egypt, and her parents spent like half their lives in Egypt, like they spend half the year there and leave her back at home in Argentina. So she didn't get to ever come to Egypt and she wanted to her whole life. She studied tons of Egyptian culture and history. She can read hieroglyphs and all that stuff. So she decides that she's just gonna go. She's just gonna go to Egypt to see her uncle. And there she meets Wit, who's kind of like his assistant, and supposed to kind of like keep her in line, And so they're not, I wouldn't say they're necessarily enemies, but they're not like, they're kind of like frenemies. Like they're kind of friends, but they're also like they don't get along, and like it's this weird thing. But I'm enjoying the tension and the banter between them. It's really fun. So yeah, so that's What the River Knows. Yeah, and that's really all I have for this video. Thank you for coming with me. I hope that this was chill and fun to watch. And I can't wait to see you next time.